I'm Mark Hetfield. I'm President and CEO of HIAS, and right now I am in Mexicali, Mexico at the Albergue Peregrino, which is a migrant shelter. The purpose of my trip to Mexico was to celebrate the end of Title 42, which is the policy started by the Trump administration, continued by the Biden administration, using COVID as a pretext to push back asylum seekers without any screening whatsoever. Unfortunately, Title 42 did not end on May 23rd, as expected, due to a court order from a judge in Louisiana. I wish I could say I was surprised that a Louisiana judge decided to uphold Title 42, but I'm not. I'm not surprised at all. It's really interesting that the only COVID measures that seem to remain in place are those measures that are designed to keep asylum seekers out of the country. There's no mandatory mask requirements on airplanes anymore, or anywhere else for that matter. There's certainly not mandatory vaccinations. And yet, apparently, asylum seekers are presenting some kind of a danger to this country, and so they have to be kept out. What we need, first of all, is a rules-based asylum system where people know what they're getting into. They know what the process is, and we can have a system that quickly decides whether that person needs protection or not. That is not what we have. Instead, we have a system that confuses people, that puts people in prison if they're lucky while they wait for an asylum claim. Otherwise, they just simply get pushed back into a country they're not from to live in very precarious circumstances while they hope to either make an attempt to get back in, or if they're in MPP, remain in Mexico, just hoping that they'll get that asylum hearing. HIAS is here trying to give comfort to the asylum seekers who are waiting to get into the United States to claim asylum. We're also helping asylum seekers who are claiming asylum here in Mexico. Mexico does have an asylum system, and so we give them legal counseling, know your rights presentations, psychosocial counseling, so they can get through this process no matter where they choose to pursue it when they're seeking protection. But the change really needs to happen in the United States because of the very confusing and unfair asylum policies that are currently being pursued by the Biden administration, which inherited them from the Trump administration. I have to say, I am so proud of the work of our colleagues here in HIAS Mexico, doing everything they can to make life as bearable as they can for the asylum seekers who came to northern Mexico trying to get to the United States to seek protection or applying for asylum in Mexico. I'm really proud of their work. I'm really proud of them upholding that reputation that we've established over the last 100 years to welcome the stranger and protect the refugee.